Monday afternoon and I haven't really read anything today so far apart from a little bit when I first woke up this morning. This week I'm reading Seven Devils by Laura Lamb and Elizabeth May. I'm so excited to read this because I absolutely adored Elizabeth May's other book, The Falconer. And I haven't read anything by Laura Lamb before, but I'm really excited to read this book. I've heard really good things and the blurb just makes it sound so interesting. It's a big sci-fi space opera with a whole female cast. There's two characters that are part of like a rebel alliance, and then they meet three other characters who have the ability to help bring the empire to its knees, and then they have to go do a mission together and like learn to get along and be nice to one another and all kinds of different things. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm currently 35% in. I started reading it last week. I didn't vlog last week because I wasn't reading a lot. I worked out I was reading in 4% increments in that particular book, which is really awkward because it just wasn't a lot per day. But the past day I've read a lot more. I think I read about 10% yesterday, which kind of got me over the 4% increment part. And I'm hoping I can keep reading a lot for the rest of the week as well. I'm also trying to read 3 books that are part of the First Impressions Triad Chapter videos, and these are the ones I'm aiming to read this week. I've already read 2 over the weekend for my 5 books. The first one is The Race to the Blackened Nevers by Douglas Bain. The second one is The Mid-Lich Crisis, and then the third one is The Owl at the End of the World. Currently haven't read up about what each of these books is, but I'm really excited to read it. I picked them randomly out of the 2020 entrants for SPFBO. If you want to see more, I will link the videos I've already done on it, and I will also link the master spreadsheet as well. So for now, I'm going to go get myself a hot drink, and then I'm going to read Seven Devils for a few hours before I go to bed. It's Tuesday and I managed to wake up really early this morning and I've read a lot. I think I just managed to get just past 50% in Seven Devils and I'm really liking it so far. We've got to kind of the infiltration heist part of the book. I really like the characters. They're all very different. They all have different backgrounds. Some of them have similar but different backgrounds, and I really like how they interact with one another and how they're all forming different kinds of relationships with each other. There's some characters like Eris and Chloe which started off hating each other, and I'm really enjoying their development throughout as they're being forced to work together, as well as kind of the bigger mysteries. There's a lot of themes in this book that cover kind of the government, and I'm really enjoying that because there's kind of a lot of propaganda. People are completely under control by kind of technology, and it's advanced to the point where like everyone's being kind of programmed to obey, and if people aren't obeying then they get made into kind of a shell of a human. And then I also started reading for First Impressions The Race to the Blackened Nevers, I think it's called, and I finished that first hour and I think I'm like 15% in. I do not know what's going on in this book. There's multiple point of views, and I guess this isn't really a book that you can read just the first bit of and understand. That might be it, because currently like I don't know any of the characters. Like there's a different character in each chapter. I think we've met one character in 2 chapters and I have no idea where the plot is, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I've read a lot this morning. I'm hoping to read at lunch, and then I'm hoping I can read this afternoon as well. Hey, so it's now Tuesday evening and I'm currently exporting a couple of videos which I filmed at the weekend, and I'm hoping I can upload them in the next couple of weeks. And I was going to read more of Seven Devils, but then I thought about it and I was like, I want to read like a physical book today. I don't know why, but I'm just in the mood to like sit down with like a proper book that's not a screen. So I'm actually going to read The Hero and the Crown by Robin McKinley. I borrowed this from my friend Moon. She said she really loved these, and I already liking kind of the length of them. These are just really small fantasy books. They're like the perfect little mass market paperback, I guess, and I don't know anything about this book other than that it's fantasy and that my friend liked it. So I think that's enough for me. I think I'm gonna like it. We'll see. Hey, so it's now Wednesday evening. And I don't think I updated you last night before I went to bed, and I haven't read anything all day, so I haven't been on camera this morning yet. However, last night I read about 16 pages of The Hero and the Crown, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really liking our main character, and I'm interested to see where it's going. It's only 16 pages, so I don't know much. And then I pretty quickly got tired, so I took myself off to bed. And then I read more of Seven Devils on my Kindle. I'm really liking the book. I really like all the characters. I think I said this yesterday actually. But yeah, I really like kind of the heist they're on and kind of the disguises and the sci-fi bits. So in this world you can disguise yourself with like a facial shifter. So Eris has one on all the time because she's hiding her real self. But all the others use one as well in order to kind of get into the palace guarded area thing. And yeah, and it's just really nice to see like kind of natural sci-fi devices. It's kind of cool to see kind of sci-fi devices used in a way that they're meant to be used for vanity, but actually they're being used for kind of spy espionage stuff right now. And because we're in a world where everyone's kind of programmed to obey, no one's really figured out that they should actually be checking people because they might be actually spying and trying to get into places they're not meant to get into with them. And yeah, I like that kind of disconnect. I think I'm going to read a little bit more of Hero and the Crown because I was really enjoying it yesterday, and by the time I get sleepy later on, I will probably go into bed. And when I'm in bed, I normally read just my Kindle, so I don't have to faff about with the light when I got to go to sleep. I can just roll over or fall asleep reading. So it's currently Saturday afternoon, and I didn't update you at all yesterday because I started getting a really bad migraine, so I just couldn't see for like most of the day. But I have done a lot of reading last night when I finally could see, and this morning as well. I did a lot of reading this morning. I did 2 of my first impressions of Mid-Lich Crisis by Steve Thomas, I think it is, and The Hour at the End of the World, and I'm blanking on the author name, but I read an hour of each of them, and I kind of enjoyed Mid-Lich Crisis. I did not enjoy The Hour at the End of the World, so we'll see how that goes. I'll do my first impressions probably next week and you'll get to see more of them. I'm now on 90% of Seven Devils and I'm loving it so far. I enjoy all the characters. We've now got some more characters involved. So there's Kato, who's joined us, and then Sher and Kyla have joined us as well. It's kind of got to a really action-packed part. Some secrets have been uncovered and I'm just enjoying it all around. There's lots of different bits that I really love, but I love the band of characters and they're developing relationships between all of them in different ways. And I like how each of them all has a different inner conflict that we're told during their point of views, and yeah, I'm loving it. I'm hoping to finish that maybe today or tomorrow, and then I've finished all my first impressions for this week's, but I might start working on next week's tomorrow as well. But I'm don't know if I'm going to film today. So today I've actually done like a little socially distant dog walk in a park kind of thing, and I'm exhausted now. That's the most kind of movement I've done in months, and it was really nice to see all my friends, but now I'm just exhausted. So I'm probably going to read, but I probably won't be filming again because I just want to kind of relax this evening. But I will catch up with you again tomorrow, and I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday, which is good. So hey, it's now Sunday afternoon, and all I can hear right now is a small child screaming outside my window, and honestly, same. I've actually read quite a lot today. I've read, I think it's like 60% of Cinderella is dead. Oh no, so it's 73% of Cinderella is dead, and I'm on 90% of Seven Devils still. I need to finish that. I got distracted with this one instead. I've also started to get a bit of a migraine again, so I do think it's probably just going to be some time lapses and then the vlog will be over. I've actually had quite a successful reading week this week for once. I've read 73% of one book just today, and I've read most of Seven Devils now. I've also read a bit of A Crown and the Hero, and I read 3 of my first impressions videos, which, if these migraines continue, will actually be posted next week as I haven't gotten around to editing it yet. And yeah, so that's just a lot of hours of reading. I'm quite happy with myself. I feel like I'm on track to get my TBR read. And yeah, I will probably speak to you again next week, and keep an eye out on loads of my videos. Thank you for watching.